What's going on, you guys? This is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, bringing you another video update on Transformers Reactivate. And yes, I'm just as upset as you are that we didn't get any kind of trailer at this year's Video Game Awards. I really thought this was going to be the day that we would actually see something new about this game, because we've been getting a buttload of different leaks and stuff like that. But as it turns out, Splash Damage wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger, and I'm not sure if it has something to do with something corporate, because we know Hasbro, at the end of the day, they own the Transformers property and they get a chance to call the shots in regards to when Splash Damage can unveil anything pertaining to the game. Now, when I made that last video, it was just going to be a video talking about what we could potentially see at the Video Game Awards. We've seen other Transformers properties such as War for Cybertron get unveiled at that event, and I thought that was going to be the case for this, especially since it was coming up on the 1-year anniversary for the reveal trailer. But Splash Damage put those theories to rest with a swiftness. Like, they came out when I was just about to make my video public and said that we wouldn't be seeing that at the Game Awards. So it was unfortunate. A lot of people were mad because we've been waiting what seems like an eternity to see what this game has to offer, at least in terms of its gameplay, because we know the gimmick, we know the name. That was also something that took a long time, but we wanted to know what the game actually looked like. And thanks largely in part to the online community, we were able to get access to some of those assets, such as the actual characters and idle animations. We got a chance to see what Bumblebee and Starscream look like, which once again, it seems like it's going to be this package deal where we get these different team-ups between the Autobots and Decepticon factions. And for the most part, these models look really good. Like, I know this isn't indicative of what we'll see in the final product, but it is indicative of the actual design philosophy and the graphics engine they're working with, because we know that Transformers Reactivate is being developed using Unreal Engine 5, which is one of the most powerful graphics engines out there to date. And initially, right, I thought that Hasbro was one of the main entities holding Splash Damage back from giving out any details, and to a certain extent I still think that's the case, but I do think it's largely due in fact to the graphics engine, that being Unreal Engine 5. Because if you aren't aware, this game, as I've said multiple times throughout all these different videos, Transformers Reactivate has seen its fair share of shifts in terms of its development. Upon its initial leaking, it went under the name Transformers Impact, Transformers Rise, and now Transformers Reactivate. And given the time of those early leaks, it was most likely going to be on the last gen consoles as well, but now we know that it's going to be on current gen consoles such as the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And I know saying those titles is kind of taboo in today's era of gaming, because consoles nowadays are very hard to come by, especially with scalpers raising these prices up to ungodly amounts of money. But that's just the way it is. We already know that they've actually transferred all the files over, and they're now doing the game in Unreal Engine 5, which is the latest and most common graphics engine being used in the gaming industry today. And if you ask me, that's where the problem lies, because if this game was already being made all the way back in 2017, then there's no telling how long they're taking in regards to just keeping certain assets and rebuilding some things from the ground up. We've already heard development teams say that Unreal Engine 5 is a different kind of beast, especially when you're used to working with another kind of software. And I personally have seen many examples of this giving teams a hard time. Like, I remember when Tekken 8 was coming out and many fans had concerns about how the character models looked, saying that they looked off compared to what they looked like in previous installments. Harada, the guy that's leading the charge in developing the game, had mentioned that they were having a hard time building these characters from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. That was the main thing that they were doing. They had a hard time trying to get those things to look like the characters, because the Unreal Engine 5 was a new form of technology that they weren't really accustomed to like that. And to a certain extent, I feel like that may be the case for Transformers Reactivate. Splash Damage saw that this new software had all the tools that they needed in order to deliver a high quality Transformers game that not only excelled in the story department, but also in the visuals. But there are so many different assets that they had to choose whether they want to retain or try to rebuild from the ground up. Since this is a title that expresses heavy emphasis online, there's a possibility that the UE5 engine doesn't quite agree well with it. As opposed to a single player game that doesn't really require online, it would probably be a cakewalk for a developer to make their game using the software. But whatever the problem is anyone's guess. Like, I'm just tossing out these possibilities of why this game could be taking long to be brought out. I can't help but feel like UE5 is the major candidate though. Like, I just think that they are trying their best with a lot of trial and error. There's probably little things that don't agree with the software since it is so foreign and new at the time. And splash damage is going to need all the time they can get in order to deliver a polished game that's fully functional once we get it on arrival. I know fans are just eager to see what this game has to offer, and some of them are already deeming it dead on arrival because of the fact that they've been taking this long to release it. Even though we've seen an insane amount of Transformers titles get pumped out, they don't really compare to the noteworthy AAA Transformers games that took years to make, so it feels like forever since we've gotten a solid TF game. But it's important to point out that we've seen this done with a lot of video game franchises like Grand Theft Auto. People were playing Grand Theft Auto 5 for over a decade, and they're finally getting their chance to see what Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to look like. And apparently that game cost an ungodly amount of money to produce. Like, these games are becoming very advanced. With each technological achievement, it's going to take a lot more time to produce, and I feel like Transformers Reactivate, it's kind of going in that same kind of realm where it's seen its fair share of hands touch it, and now the one that it's gotten to, they have to pick up the pieces and decide what they're going to keep and what they're not going to keep. So let's just keep that in mind, guys. I know you are just as eager as I am to see what Transformers Reactivate has to offer, and I think it has a lot to offer because it's being developed on a high AAA level, and based on some of the leaks and rumors, it sounds like it's going to be one of the best Transformers games we played in quite some time. So yeah, but anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video because I had a blast making it. I know I was a little all over the place, but you know, when things like this happen, it's kind of hard to explain, especially when the actual source isn't giving you any details on why they are taking so long. So yeah, but what are your thoughts about this? Do you feel like this game is dead on arrival, or do you think that people should just let splash damage cook? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I ask that you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. But if you really enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you shared it with all your friends and followers on all the different social media outlets. Sharing really makes a difference. But once again, this is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. As a successful YouTube user, I often get questions asking what I use to get my videos tons of views. And the answer to that is Tubebuddy. This thing has helped me take my channel to the next level in ways I never imagined. It's a browser extension that helps new and experienced YouTubers grow fast and optimize their channels. I've been using this extension for years, and it's constantly getting updated with new features, like the SEO tool that helps me come up with the perfect title, description, and tags to get more people to click on my videos. It even provides you with analytics beside your videos to see how much traffic your video is generating from various social media sites. The extension is absolutely free, but as a special offer, we're giving a 50% discount for channels that have less than 1,000 subscribers that purchase the Pro upgrade. All you have to do is enter in the code RisingStarBuddy. So if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel or taking your content to the next level, download the extension now. You can do so by clicking on this link that will be provided in the description of this video.